it's fun for our parents. Like, my mom was a teacher, so I don't think she was super stoked at the fact that I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do college, I'm gonna do music. Like, were your parents supportive about music?
They were supportive about music in the sense that they knew that I loved it, they encouraged it, but it was certainly not a career path.
Yeah.
They're both academics, so they were like, you're gonna go to university. I'm like, yeah, no.
That must
Not
have
if I
gone
can
over
possibly help it.
swimmingly well. Yeah. No, it's true though. You got to know who you are. And is it true that you were a busker for a minute and you didn't tell your mom? You didn't tell anybody?
I didn't tell my mother anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of therapy there, Sarah. I was like, wait.
She was very, very strict.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I basically snuck out and went downtown and busked in front of the library.
Yes. I didn't tell my mother a lot of stuff either because I wasn't allowed to sing secular music. Ironic, I know. But I wasn't, but I wasn't, so I used to sneak it too, all the time, like sneak stuff left and right. But I don't know. That was their fault, not ours.
It's true.
Yeah.
It turns out you turned out just fine. So.
We turned out, well, that's debatable. So you mentioned the record deal. So how did it finally end up happening? Because you were actually with a band, right?
I was with a band when I was 17. We played a couple gigs. We did a couple songs together. But they were, I think, 2 years older than me, so they went off to college, and we kind of didn't really do anything together, though we remained friends.
Yeah.
And then I actually got asked when I was 17 to join this band in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, Mom, Dad, I'm barely passing high school. Can I move out to Vancouver and join this alternative band?
They weren't into it?
Clearly, they weren't too happy about that. And I was still listening to them, so I stayed at home. But then they came back and offered me this 5-record deal when I was in art college. And at that point, of course, I jumped at the opportunity. And my dad, bless, he was like, listen, school will be here. This won't happen again. So you've got to go for this.
Now that's supportive.
But
that's beautiful.
honestly, that was the impetus to start writing, because I got out there and they said, oh, they sort of lured me out saying, you're going to be able to write with all the other network acts. And then I got out there and they hadn't talked to the other network acts who looked at me, this 19-year-old punk kid, and was like, she hasn't written anything. We're not writing with her. Why would we do that?
This literal situation happened to me. Like, and they told these writers, they told me we were going to go write.
Yeah.
I flew all the way to Sweden. And then I get there and I have all these things because they said have something prepared.
Yeah.
And then they laughed and were like, oh, but you're a singer. And I was like, this is super fun.
Wow. Thanks for that.
Can't wait to do this again. But it's so horrible what they do. They lie to get you somewhere, to get you working in some environment.
Well, you know, like most things, it's fake it till you make it. And they get you in that situation and you're like, okay, why don't you just see what you come up with on your own? And so that's kind of what I did, and made the first record. Definitely some trial and error, and you know, some dancing on speakers at bars a lot, and not,
because why not?
Not realizing the incredible opportunity I had, and just going, I'll go into the studio tomorrow. So you know, 10 months in, they're like, where's the record? So, but it was getting there.
But you can't, that's like, I have friends in, especially in Nashville, in the country world, which I'm sure you've experienced, like they write like on a schedule. And I'm not like that.
Oh gosh, me neither.
I have to be inspired by something in life, in someone's life, something, and then I write. Are you like that too? Can you schedule it?
Very much. I mean, I think if you have a piece that you're working on that's already in process, and there's certainly a matter of, there's some discipline involved in finishing it.
Yeah.
But the initial flush of inspiration, I mean, who knows where that comes from?
Yeah.
And you just kind of have to
be the vessel.
Be the vessel.
Yeah.
But you know, I think like I said, back to the discipline. You know, I sit and play every day, and I always have my iPhone nearby, and I always, you know, press record just in case.
Yeah.
But I play for abandon and for enjoyment and release.
Yeah.
And that is often when things happen.
Don't you hate when you're like in the shower or something, and you're like, something comes and you're like, I should jump out right now and record this.
Where is my phone?
And you don't.
And then you lose it.
And then you're like, well, I guess it wasn't that good because I can't freaking remember it. But then I hate that.
Dreams. I write the best freaking song in my dreams, and then I wake up and it's gone. I'm like, was it really that good?
That's never happened to me. I need to aim higher with my dreams. Yeah.